502-814-6565 or WFPK.org to become a member on this, our final day of the spring drive. I am joined not only by WFPK Mama Bear Stacey Owen, but I promised you a special guest, and he has arrived. Wreckless Eric Goulden, performing at Monarch Beer Company tonight. Do you even recognize Eric Goulden anymore, or is it always just Wreckless Eric?
I recognise both. I've done things under both names. I think Wreckless Eric is my trade name, you know.
Right.
It's the name of my company, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, and I do have a real name, which I've been using. Because, like, you know, in real life, I try and pose as, like, a retired geography teacher. Because, like, if you say, you know, you're a musician, people put their head on one side and say, oh, really? Anyone I might have heard of? Like that, you know.
Right.
And you go, no, and then they say, what type of music do you play? And I say, it's unlistenable.
Millions of fans would disagree. I think.
I don't know. I think, you know, thousands. Let's be realistic. Possibly hundreds, even. You know,
tens of thousands. Can we say tens of thousands?
Yeah, certainly. Or well, maybe fives of thousands.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I think it's much more than that, but you're going to find out. He is going to be at Monarch Beer Company tonight performing. He's kind enough to come in and helping us with this spring drive, Stacey. 502-814-6565 or WFPK.org. This is something that's been sweetened. Now, Eric, you have a new album, Construction Time and Demolition.
I do, yeah. Yeah, it's new. Yes,
it's brand new. It's hot off the presses, so to speak, and we're going to be talking about that and playing something from it. But I want you to know, this hour only, from just now, okay, for the next hour or so, $15 a month or more, you can get a copy, a download copy for this album and a WFPK Festival blanket. $15 a month, and you can have a download code for the new album and a WFPK Festival blanket. So take advantage of that. It's only the first 10. Now, let's talk about this new album with a name like Construction Time and Demolition.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's kind of like, I don't know, I got to this point where I see buildings that I remembered being actually constructed, you know, built, and I think they're modern. And then I see them being, you know, more recently, I'm watching them being demolished. And it's like, the word modern is very interesting, because it's not modern anymore. It's
right.
Not what it says it is. Modern is an old-fashioned concept now. It's what they call mid-century. It belongs to the 1960s, you know?
Right.
It's a strange thing. So there was that, and then there's the whole time thing, because, you know, I'm getting very old.
I wouldn't say very.
Well, I feel that, you know, it depends on the day. I mean, definitely today, because I've driven through Indiana today, which has like these kind of sketchy kind of tarmac trails that you drive along in the middle of the night in the rain, and like, but anyway, so I feel very old today on account of that and just about everything. And you know, the clock starts to tick. I mean, when you're young, you think you're immortal.
Sure.
It's fantastic. You think, you know, it's like the school, what you call vacation, the school holidays, we call it. The summer vacation, you know, 6 weeks or 7 weeks or whatever it was with no school, and you think it was going to last forever. And suddenly, like, the days are getting a bit chilly, and they're taking you to the place to get you, like, you know, a new shirt to wear at school, and you think, I don't want to do this, you know. And they're making sure you've got a ruler and a pencil, and suddenly you're getting sent back, and you're like, how can this be? You know?
It has a way of marching on.
Yes.
Wreckless Eric, live in the WFPK studio. And again, appearing tonight at Monarch Beer Company, the new album, Construction Time and Demolition. Want to play something from it. This is Gateway to Europe. Anything you want to say about this?
Well, I suppose it is the construction time and demolition thing. When I was an art student in the northeast of England in Hull in 1973 to 77, and They at the time we had just joined the common market, and they said that Hull was going to be the gateway to Europe, and like it was Hull, gateway to Europe, and they built this bridge across the Humber estuary to mark this, and it was the biggest single span suspension bridge in the world apparently at the time, and it went from Hull to Lincolnshire, which is a place where they grow Brussels sprouts. And I couldn't understand how that made Hull gateway to Europe, but apparently it did. And now we're leaving it apparently. We have Brexit.
Oh yes.
Which is going to, I hope it becomes a verb, to screw up will be to Brexit.
Oh, they really Brexited that one, didn't they?
Yes, yeah. And America said, hold my drink.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes, I no laughing matter.
No, but Wreckless Eric live in the WFPK studio. His new album, Construction Time and Demolition, from that Gateway to Europe at FPK. That's Wreckless Eric from the new album Construction Time and Demolition. That's Gateway to Europe at 91.9 WFPK. Wreckless Eric joining us in the studio on the final day of our spring drive. He's performing at Monarch Beer Company tonight. And again, we have a very special deal for you. He has a few copies of that new album, Construction Time and Demolition, to thank you when you donate at 502-814-6565 or WFPK.org. $15 a month, and you can have a download code for this album and that WFPK Festival blanket. Make sure you're one of the first 10 people, because we only have 10, okay? Got to be one of the first 10 people to call 502-814-6565 and ask our volunteers for the Wreckless Eric album. How long did it take you to record this, Eric? Are you a get in the studio and churn it out, or do you like to take your time?
Oh, it's a mixture, but I never know when I'm making a record or when I'm just blathering around, I mean. And some things, it just suddenly comes around. But I was under the gun because I booked time with an engineer in a studio in Nashville to mix it and to finish it off and mix it. So I had to just get it done.
There was some urgency.
It's kind of like when people come in and record with me, I make sure they don't know what the hell's going on, I mean, they look at me, it's like watching deer in the headlights, they say, huh? Like that, and they go, oh, I sort of remember playing that. I didn't know we were recording though. Good. It's a strange process.
But it seems to work for you. Wreckless Eric live in the WFPK studio. The new album, Construction Time and Demolition, again performing at Monarch Beer Company tonight. And now you've been also on the road with your wife, an accomplished singer and songwriter in her own right, Amy Rigby.
Yes, yeah. She's got a new album. It's called The Old Guys, and you should have a copy of it. But apparently, for some reason, you've been left out.
We have been left out.
Something that we'll sort out, because I know she's always been an advocate of this station.
Yes, she certainly has.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that.
And, I mean, she's hugely into radio, I mean, I can't remember the names of the stations, and I can never work the dial right, and I'm never quite sure, but
she knows them all.
I do have to say, I think it's terribly important that people, support public radio, because without it, all you're going to have to listen to is Christian rock, the charts, and whatever corporations that would want you to you know, feed on corn syrup and
The same 20 songs over and over.
yeah, and diabetes medication and all the rest of it, and they're the people that control the radio, and it's like this is one of the last bastions of free speech in this country, I think, you know.
Absolutely.
So I think it's terribly important. So, like, now you've probably lost a couple of listeners because I said that.
Oh, no, I don't think so at all.
That people should pledge, because there's no such thing as a free lunch, I think they say.
That's right. And it's easy to do, 502-814-6565 or WFPK.org. Again, the first 10 people to do so at $15 a month, you get a download code for Wreckless Eric's new album, Construction Time and Demolition, plus that WFPK Festival blanket. Talking about the album again, you conveniently have your guitar. Would you mind playing something for us?
I can try. You know, I mean, that's another thing about... we have one where we live in the Hudson Valley up in upstate New York. And WGXC, and it's so haphazard there. There's one guy I know has a radio show. He announces the record, and then there's a silence while he turns around and puts the stylus on the record. Brilliant. You know, so I feel that I have it's almost obligatory on public radio to be... You said authentic, Stacey.
That's right, authentic.
And I said crappy. Can I say that?
One person's crappy is another person's authentic.
Yeah. So I'll try. I've been up most of the night driving through Indianapolis in the rain, so I don't really know what's going on.
Wreckless Eric, live in the WFPK studio.
40 years ago, I didn't have tuppence for the phone. I lived in one unheated room that I didn't quite call home. And I didn't call home in about 6 months. I said, hey, it's me, your prodigal son. I swear one day I'm gonna make you proud. I said I'd make you proud just to hear it said out loud, but I didn't care. 40 years ago, I didn't know anything much back then about the ways of this world, the wickedness of men, the wickedness of men. Yes, I was one of them. The sickness, the insanity, the sadness and the sin. And I swear most days I'd never do that again. I'd never do that again. I'd never do that again. I did it again. Sometimes, but thinking about the times useless times I've spent just wishing time away, wishing time away.
Wreckless Eric live at the WFPK studio. That's 40 years from the new album, Construction Time and Demolition, which, if you support us in our spring drive, 502-814-6565 or WFPK.org, we have a download code for that new album. For $15 a month, you get the download code for the album and a WFPK Festival blanket. We only have 10, so make sure you take advantage of it. 502-814-6565. Make sure you ask our volunteers for that Wreckless Eric album. You're going to want it. Thank you so much. You're performing at Monic Beer Company tonight, so everybody get out and see them. Thank you so much for coming in and for helping us with our spring drive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wreckless Eric, 502-814-6565.